Hello and welcome back to a legendary day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and why is today so legendary instead of just another day? Because we're playing Esper Legends. An Esper kind of legend tribal sub-theme. Now you guys have seen the 5-color human-based go way over the top Joda the Unifier deck that we ran early in Standard, and it died out pretty quick. I kind of knew that deck wouldn't last, not necessarily because it's a bad deck. I think it's still a powerful deck worthy of tuning, and it could probably be even better and tuned better for the meta. I think that deck died out because it's 5-color, and I think that Esper will face a similar challenge, but it's still a very fun deck to showcase because there are so many legends in the Esper colors, and there are payoffs for being legendary in the Esper colors. Namely, the big one is Rada Drobic of Urborg. This is 2 and a white-black 3/3 zombie wizard. We haven't played this on my channel yet, so today we're going to. And this little critter has vigilance and ward 2. Other zombies you control have vigilance. Cool. Zombie tribal stuff. Whenever a legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. So you're making little 2/2 versions of your zombie dorks when your legends die, but they're not legendary. That's a big clause. The way that legends are balanced is by them basically having this one of only thing, and if you draw 2 or more of them, they often sit in the hand and are just dead. So legends are very much balanced on the fact that you can only have one in the battlefield at a time. Cards that cheat that balance become very good, and normally a card like Rada Drobic of Urborg wouldn't be very exciting because it's a dies trigger. And unless you're playing something like a Witch's Oven or a Woestride or a Sack Outlet, it's hard to get dies triggers in Magic, or it has been for the last 2 years, with all the exile effects available across all kinds of popular colors. However, there is a very popular deck in the meta right now, and that deck is Mono Black, and all the variants of it that are like Red Black and Grixis that don't play enough exile effects. They just don't. They lean on their Invoke Despairs and their Meathook Massacres and their Infernal Grasps and their Cutdowns. What do none of these things do? Exile. So your death triggers actually work. We put this into effect in a few videos, playing a lot of cards like Edgar Charmed Groom and Ao, the Dawn Sky. These dies triggers are reliable in this meta because of how popular Mono Black is. So we take that to the next level with Rada Drobic of Urborg and say, okay, now they just have a really hard time killing all of our legendary creatures because they just come back. Some creatures we have multiples of, and you can stack their effect, their legendary effect. And some of those include Denic Pious Apprentice, which is a fun effect to stack when creatures can't be targeted in graveyards. Like Graveyard Trespassers hate that, but really good is Thalia. Now, I could have built this deck in a way with a lot of 4-ofs. I built it with a lot of 1-ofs instead. I wanted it to be a good and pretty reliable deck when I didn't draw Rada Drobic. If you wanted to really stack nasty triggers on top of each other with legendary and non-legendary versions of cards, some good ones to do are Sheldred the Apocalypse. You could run 3 or 4 of this. Edgar, you could run 3 or 4 of this. The Vampire, the Coffin, they just keep buffing each other. Edgar, I believe, also works like this. It dies, it makes a token of itself, and you get the Coffin. I think that's how that works, but that's a really, we need a judge to figure that one out. Tolu's Clever Conductor is kind of absurd in this deck with the amount of like things that getting discarded and then be getting hidden under this, and then it dies and makes another token of itself and continues the chain. So you could run more of this. We do run 4 Rafines as it is, and of course Thalia and possibly LS Ilkor are all good things to stack in multiples. So you could build this deck in such a way as to try to stack those legendary effects on top of each other. I tried to build a more balanced deck, and it's been doing very well. It's like an aggressive Rafine deck that does just enough. A lot of people also don't run the removal spells in their builds of this Esper deck because they're running Thalia, and they run, say, a lot of Urtai as their removal. I still think you need the cheap removal spells, or the deck is too slow and just too clunky. So we still have Destroy Evil, Infernal Grasp, Cut Down, Spell Pierce, and Meathook Massacre to try to keep the opponent on their toes. The deck is definitely a cool way to apply Rafine style pressure to the opponent with a lot of different options and ways to build it. But I think that I really like this build, and I think you will too. So we're gonna go play the games and let it speak for themselves. We run 27 land to make sure that we absolutely hit every single land drop. But a lot of our lands have extra utility. You can cycle the towers, of course, but Plaza of Heroes can also protect our creatures and make our spells easier to cast, while the channel lands have never been more likely to get cast for the spell side of them, because you have so many legendary creatures that often only cost 1 mana to get this effect, which makes them much more likely to be spells than lands. So, on that note, today's patron shout out goes to Ben Bisgard. Thank you very much for joining. Today's video shout out is all yours. You also paid up front for a year. That is a really cool way to support the channel, and you get a discount for it. I think it's like 20% off. And that also, of course, provides me the peace of mind that you won't just be gone next month and be done with me. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. Your tokens, your CGB signed tokens, will be on the way soon. Now let's, oh yeah, and Ben Bisgard, you're very cool. Now let's dive in. Let the legendary nonsense begin. So you think you have a great collection on MTG Arena, but do you? Let's be honest, do you even know what's in your collection? The MTGA Assistance Collection Tracker puts your whole collection at your fingertips in a way that the Arena client just doesn't do on its own. Your My Collection page shows you exactly how much of each color you've collected. The Deck Advisor tells you exactly what kind of decks for all kinds of different formats your collection could create right now by searching across all the decks uploaded to aetherhub.com. Take the stress out of managing your MTGA collection. Use MTGA Assistant today. It's a totally free download with the link in the description, and when you do use it, you support the channel. Cover Goshil, Cover Goshil, Cover Goshil. All right, we go first with decent mana. Let's rock and roll. Evolved Sleeper. Here's Dennick. In all of Dennick-like glory, life linking and turning off graveyards, and dead. But hey, that's one less cut down for the Rafine. People play this mono black deck as aggressive as they possibly can. We're going to punish them for it. You have Liliana. You have cut down. They attack first. And they activate. Okay. You're getting Rafined. You're getting Rafined. Urtai online. That's a lot of land. That is a lot of land. We are a land-heavy deck. Rafine's a big part of the reason why. So what do we think? Shieldred? Do we hold up Urtai for this turn cycle? It's very predictable. If we play the Dennick, we're still a turn ahead of Invoke Despair. If the opponent plays a Sheldred, we can always play this after. I think we'll play you. But what I want to do is either be able to kill the Sheldred with the Urtai if they do cast it, or if they're going for Invoke Despair on turn 5, I want to counter that. This is a 3/2, and when one or more creature cards are put into graveyards from anywhere, investigate. Triggers once each turn. Exciting. Down to 12. Hook for 2. Okay, they killed a thing, but that's okay. We're in good position. That's pretty good. Even if they cast Invoke Despair, this is pretty good. Since they're not dealing with Rafine, we'll go ahead and chuck one of these to make our Rafine bigger. Play you. And you. Not a lot of exile in these decks, so Ratadrabic can just absolutely wreck. Opponent will not stop attacking, that's fine. Here's Invoke Despair, sure. And we go to that low life total that decks go to against black, and then we start our comeback train. Ooh, Vigilance is nice. This is the card we don't want to die the most. This is a flyer. I guess the flyer can really try to inflict a lot of harm on the opponent, so... And eventually they'll stay back and block with this Death Touch anyway. Liza and Edgar, huh? I like the Thalia, and I like holding up Urtai, which means I guess we don't need Edgar, and I don't need this land. But Liza's is probably a good finisher, as our life total is very low. If the opponent wants to attack with a Sleeper, we can block with the Thalia and make a zombie. Never don't be attacking, says the opponent. Okay, you got it. What are you gonna do? Whoa! Look out, guys. They're trying to Infernal Grasp Radadravik. What do we do? Get resurrected. All right. So we could just kill the Sleeper and let the Dravik die, but I don't like that idea one bit. So let's keep around our protection. Then we get a Vigilant Thalia. And a backup Thalia, which we can stack because they're not legendary. But before we do that, we attack. And they die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just discard these two. 13 damage. Good night. Okay, we're on the play. I do need less expensive dragons and some mid-range cards, but maybe we'll draw them. I'm actually going to hold the tower because my turn 3, if we draw 2 straight lands, is to cycle this. Oh boy. Well, let's see if our little lifelinker survives. Along with a Rafine. Might just run him out of the yard. No lightning strikes, please. It pretty much is only lightning strike that mono red plays that stops this. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Less pain. Game is sort of over. Alright, Junji, you can go. We'll take a 3-4 hitting for lifelink. Like, what are they gonna do? Alright, I challenge you, Mono Red. I challenge you to out aggro the Denic Rafine start. You wanna pay? Okay. Well, they're giving it a try, aren't they? Just keep growing. Now, unfortunately, that's a lot of land, and our deck does kind of rely on discarding these lands because we have so many of them in the deck. So I guess I give up you and you. And there's Radadravik. More Ward. Do you like Ward? I mean, maybe you're supposed to double block the Denic, but now that this is down, don't think so. Whoa! They found a lightning strike. Okay, dead. Got it. Swing. Roar. Ayo, ayo. Thalia can go. Wastes can go. Punch him to 6. Plaza, Ayo. Good luck. And they dead. All right. Convincing domination of mono red. All right, we've got our colors and a curve, and we go first. Deck is treating me well so far. There is the unfortunate thing that we can't cast Denick off a swamp. So, I guess we'll have to draw a little better if we want to play it. Did it. Never didn't have it. 27 lands, guys. All you need is the curve. This deck really doesn't exist without it. All right, there's a harvester on the field. We swing. They trade. Nice. That's value. We can get that back from the graveyard later. All right, let's play a clever conductor. And this is a fun one. We connive, and then whenever we discard a card, if this dies, we get the discarded card back. It was terrible in a world where everything got exiled. It's pretty great. Pretty great in this world. I'm gonna let Junji go. Junji's kind of the... It's not a bad card, but it's the last legend that we like in the deck. It's a good one of, and a good closer, but we keep drawing it in the opener way too much. Honestly, discarding a scary card can be one of the best things that you do, because then your opponent just doesn't know if they're ever supposed to kill this, if they want to keep Junji away from them. So they have another harvester, and they have a Xander's Lounge. Here comes 4. They take it. They traded with Denick, but they do not trade with the conductor. All right, here's Edgar. Another card with a dies trigger that's insanely annoying to deal with. All the black and Rakdos decks that don't play enough exile effects, they hate these dies triggers. It just runs circles around them. They love killing your stuff so much. If killing your stuff gives you value, they don't know what to do. All right, Edgar down. Coffin. Coffin. There we go. Corpse appraising the harvester. Nope. I forgot Denick's down there. What do you think of the corpse of Denick? Good looking lad. Little night guy. Yeah. Okay. 1/1 acquired. Ooh. We'll get you down. That's pretty sweet. Now if the conductor dies, we get a copy of it. So of course they don't want to block. Hold this for cycling. The deck can flood out pretty brutally. By design, though. The opponent is definitely set up for Invoke Despair. I'm not sure that they're the Invoke Despair build of the deck, but they certainly could be. It could also be the Vampire build with Evelyn. Although it doesn't have to be these days. Most people don't run Evelyn. They run Soul Canars, or they run Invoke Despair, or they don't run 5s at all. Swing. That's a meat hook? Feels like a meat hook. I'll take it. Just in case. Meat hook doesn't exactly achieve much. Surge. Okay. Trigger. I'll get that Junji. I'll get that non-legendary token. It will connive. Land can go. Okay. Sure. You got it. We were setting up that trespasser, huh? Eh? Oh, we're reading. We've got to read Radadrabic of Urborg. Yes. It's a very interesting card. Liza. Let's go. That's a pretty good card. So, do we offer the Radadrabic because it comes back to us? Yes. While it's gone, they might kill Liza. But they have to... I mean, this is kind of a nasty lock, isn't it? Maybe we don't offer them anything. No quarter given. Yeah, this is a nasty lock if they don't have exile. And they really need to exile both of them. Edgar's coming back next turn. The vampires are going to feel very powerful. Oh boy, a bank buster. The value. Sure. I'm gonna block, and if you voltage surge this, I get a token copy. And you just exiled your trespasser and I gain 4 life. Seems like a deal. I mean, you gotta bite the bullet, I guess. You gotta do it sometime. But there you go. We're still under protection here. Wait, what? Opponent reads. Wait, how's this? Who the... What? But how do I win? Ah, that's just it. That's the rub. You don't. You don't. We go to combat. We send everybody. Opponent goes to 2. We play Junji. If they kill Junji, they die. Yeah, you better have a miracle card. It takes a farewell and, well, that's one card that the black decks don't run very much. Ooh, a covert no black. Ugh. Got a mulligan. Too bad. It was getting to be a good hand. The turn 1 removal, turn 2 Thalia or Jadar, turn 3 Jaren, you know, we'd be doing it. Like, stuff would be happening, but can't risk the no black. Better, closer, warmer. What do we put back? On the draw? Probably the Thalia. Probably the Thalia. Might be too slow to impact the way what we need to impact. All right, Sleeper is here. Complete with Crystal Grotto Scry value. Oh god, the things we do in monocolor mana bases right now. It's such a good reason not to play monocolor, but everybody's going to keep playing monocolor because this is Arena. This is what they know. All right, Denick, shut those graveyards down. No access, no trespassers. I need to draw a really good 3-drop though. This is a tempting block, but no. This is actually a very useful card on the battlefield. Another Scry. This takes black to activate, right? So they can't double activate it right now. There is the Trespasser. Sure. At least there's nothing in the graveyard to get. Clever Conductor. Sweet. Sweet. Very nice. Can trade with Trespasser. Let's put away one of these lands. And the standoff commences. We do have the Rafine. It might be worth trying to save this. Because with Rafine you can get so much value from it. So I'm taking this damage. Let's see what they do. Okay. Do you have a land? Let's hope not. If they don't have a land, we're pretty much clear for Rafine. They could cut down the Conductor in response. But I think if they had a cut down, they might have already played it. Oh, yes. Yes, thank you for taking any doubt out of me by activating that. I do appreciate it. Plaza. We could draw into a Spell Pierce or something of that nature. So let's tap this for white. Watch those manual taps with Plaza, guys. And we can trigger here. And then we discard some of these. Nice big lifelinker. And if the opponent trades Sleeper for Conductor, we get 3 cards. Feels good. Alright, racing us is becoming more difficult. Since the mono black decks and their pilots who are used to playing mono white aggro and mono red aggro before that, they really like to attack. You can take advantage of that. If you have ways to scale a lifelinker, like we saw in the mono red game with Rafine and Denick, you can just destroy them because attacking is all they really know. I rest my case. You want to be the one in best of one, or just be good at best of one? Figure out how to win without attacking. It's kind of the reason I like control so much. A lot of people never make that step. All right, now we can hold you back, I think. Or is there any point to holding back, really? How much can we hit them for? They have to block here. They don't have to death touch. If we hold this back, we get so many cards after blocking, but we still have more cards to play. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that back. All right, Rafine can go. Does Urtai go? I think so, because I think I'm playing Edgar this turn. And I really want to be able to channel the Aganjo. That's a big draw. Down to 6. Here's Edgar. Here's a white mana open for Aganjo, because we have so many legendaries. Alright, that's not a Sheldred. Another Sleeper. Now, how much attacking do you do? Now you don't attack? But you did play a spell so you don't flip your Trespassers. I love it. I love it. Alright, they're holding back. This can gain a lot of life. This can go to Death Touch mode, which might be their plan, but Aganjo can wreck it. Let's get him. Let's show them who the boss is. Their only decent block is on this, so maybe we'll connive onto the Conductor here. A card they don't even want to kill that much. Oh my goodness. 9 cards I get back if you die? How awesome. Sleeper has Death Touch. What you gonna do with it? Yep, respect the Denick. Conductor's gonna die. Edgar's gonna flip. Huh. I think I want to do this. I mean, I don't mind Edgar flipping. The thing I don't want to die is the Denick, so we'll just channel over here, and this will go under the Conductor. Oh, watch all the cards come home. Ooh, baby. Hello. Complete with an Urtai that they know about. So I haven't played a spell. Their Trespasser's gonna flip. Which maybe we just don't want to do that. Could be Jaren. Jaren's multiple blockers. That's pretty good. 5 mana. I'm thinking about, do I hold up Grasp? I don't actually think I need to hold up Grasp. Let's just play you. You're pretty good. Radadravik. You kill my stuff, I get new ones. And discard some of these lands that we don't need anymore. No food for the Trespasser. It should still shut down by Denick anyway. Sleepy sleeper. Goodbye. Oh, convincing. Absolute slap down on mono black. You love it. You love to see it. All right. Our opponent goes first, and this hand is slow. Slow and very sus. Weird hand. I should probably mulligan it just because it's not guaranteed that any of our cards are going to line up well. On the other hand, it's a 3-color deck, and we've got our colors. I'm going to try it. This is like an experiment. And we're up against mono white, which is kind of the nightmare, especially if they turn off our hook next turn. So let's see what happens. If they don't have Peacekeepers, we might be okay. Yeah, more of this, please. More of this is fine. There's a cut down. One more turn until we can hook. But cut down doesn't hit Peacekeeper either. This hand is so vulnerable to Peacekeeper, I'm afraid. Aw, we enlisting, huh? I could try to cut it down here, and then the opponent could discard a card to become indestructible. Might as well not give them that. They did scry 1 to the top, so we know a land is on the way. So we better untap and hook. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're hooking. Hooking ain't easy, but it's necessary. And now we start sparring with Peacekeepers. What is this, the Hunger Games? So Spell Pierce is really bad. We're looking for the first Rafine opportunity we get to discard that. I really wish this Jaren was the... Actually, we're at 17. We could get down to 13. That would be exciting. I've never done that before. Flip into a 6/6 flying trample lifelink, sacrifice another creature, draw a card. I've never been able to make that happen. When do you have to be that? At the beginning of your end step, you have to have exactly 13 life. We do have pain lands. Let's start getting those on the field. They could help. Our opponent named Urtai. Okay. They hit me, I go to 13. Brutal Cathar! Oh wait, we've got cut down. So, if we want to go to 13, we're going to take the hit from the Peacekeeper. We should just cut this down and not get the extra 1/1. No, wait, when we kill this, we're going to gain a life because of the hook. So, yes, we do let them take this. Oh, so shifty. Oh, they're not attacking me. Clever girl. All right, 16. How do I do this? I really... Now that it's in front of me, I want to do it. If we pass here, it goes to nighttime, and their next Brutal Cathar doesn't exile, so we pass. Don't have a lot of great stuff to do anyway. No! Stop! Could counter it. Could counter it and give them a card. And go to 14 doing so. Okay. Ow. Ow. They can probably see through my plan, though. Based on me taking pain for no reason. I'm doing it. Oh, this is happening. I even have a Spell Pierce protected if they dare put a spell in their deck. Yeah, you take that. Now, we do gain a life, but we lose one. All right. So before the end step, I have to do it, because it's at the beginning of the end step. So I have to do it now. I guess I'll just do black like this and cut down. No, wait, we gain a life if we do that. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, just pass mana burn. No attacks. End. Auto pay.
I am Ormondal the Corrupter, a 6/6 flying, trample, lifelink, legendary creature demon at Mythic rare. You can sacrifice another creature and draw a card.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh, you want some? You want some of Ormondal? They're gonna channel the Aganjo on this, aren't they? They totally are. Ganjo channeler, I will not fall for this. Ormondal must live. I see you. I see you.
Ormondal.
It would have been epic if I hit 666 there. Just pretend. Just pretend. On the draw. Removal, Jaren, Edgar. Sure. A lot of ways to get a little lifelink and rebuild. It looks like our opponent might play blue though, which is kind of a disaster. We'll see how many counters they brought. All of them. The answer is always all of them. Be a blue-white. All right. Let's start here. First counterspell cast. Not a good matchup for us. This is a matchup where the opponent's very likely to play cards like Farewell, cards that we would have a very hard time beating. And we're also just a creature deck that is just throwing creatures down, and we don't have very many. We're kind of flooded. That's a good draw. Our opponent might have a Wandering Emperor, in which case killing our own Edgar makes a lot of sense. So let's go for a Rafine and see if this happens. Nice. Now we turn it sideways. The opponent plays Wandering Emperor. They minus it, probably in response to this trigger, but we grasp our own Edgar.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Haha! The coffin is here. And now they have a Rafine to consider. If they just have Farewell, well, you know, magic is hard. A plus, interesting, implies they have removal for this. Let's try for this first. They might not know what it does and let it resolve. Dig, resolve, okay, attack. Discard Meat Hook, +1/+1 counter, kill Wandering Emperor, feel good.
I'll be back.
It's good if they don't Farewell. If they do Farewell, I think we just lose. Well, they kept their Bank Buster, that's greedy. Might be right, but it's still greedy. Yeah, this is the weakness of the deck, is the white control decks. And because you're already in Esper colors, the matchmaker will pair you against blue, white, and Esper more than it is actually in the meta. So your play rate, thanks to the matchmaker, is higher than the meta share of those decks, which is a challenge. You really need to draw your Spell Pierce for a moment like this. Eddie's back. Back again. So we want to use the Aganjo to kill the Conductor if they try to hit it with a Wandering Emperor. Nothing here is going to kill anything, so the death triggers don't really matter. So let's just attack. Yep.
I hope you're ready to.
Yep. Did it again. we just keep killing our own Edgar. But that's what it takes to try to stay in this game. Now, they did let the coffin live, so it's kind of on them. We're going to play Liza, and we're going to hope that they don't have another farewell, another exile effect, because we can't beat it. I don't think any kind of brilliant threat pacing is going to fix it. Okay, this time they weren't greedy. Yeah, I'm out. But that's the bad matchup. Don't expect to win that. Don't get in my comments and be like, I lost 7 out of 8 to Esper and blue-white. Because, yeah, the matchmaker is going to pair you against them because of your deck. And it is not something you can win. Farewell is too much. All right, we go first. The aggressive side of our deck has been absolutely lost with these weird draws of our one-of control elements. But you can't really turn away a good mix of land and spells. I might end up cycling this though, so I think I'm going to lead on the marsh. And yep, the blue and white above, way above average representation continues. Although this is new. Rafine's Informant, huh? What are you up to? Well, okay then. This thing can die to a Mythic massacre, and not many things that we play against can. Now I'm gonna play this because we didn't draw another land, which is good, but we're at risk of missing a land drop now. Mm-hmm. Banty Bant, huh? Still a turn away from Invoke Justice. This is a good time to land the hook. Clear up the board. Then we can start holding up Urtai and removal. Let's see what their follow-up is. Ooh. Ooh. Well, now they see what I'm up to. Where's Denick when you need Denick, huh? Top decking Denick would actually be perfect. They'll probably name Urtai just because that card scares people. And we can't Grasp and then Urtai next turn. So if they have Invoke Justice, we're going to have to kill the Titan with the trigger on the stack. Yep, they name Urtai. Oh! Did it. Actually did it. Turn your deck off. How about that? At least it turns off Invoke Justice. They don't look like they typically cast Titan by paying 3 green, do they? Whoa, there's another green. Hold on. We take it. We have a lot of life to spare and a life linker on board. We don't have to Grasp right away. Okay. Wish I had a good solution to that. But let's go for this Peacekeeper. Jaren. He went to Jaren's. I don't know if that joke lands everywhere. I think I don't know, Jared's did some good international branding. I bet that joke lands more than you'd think. If we just pass here and they don't do anything, we're slightly ahead, but not much, and we don't have a lot to do with our mana other than play Urtai, which is kind of sad. But they have to remove Denick, or they can't Invoke Justice anyway. So I think I'm supposed to try to continue to push the board. If I get this out, and they don't kill Denick in response, we're in a really good spot, but it's risky, right? It's very risky. I think they just want to draw with the Bankbuster here, though. That's my guess. Let's go for it. And let's hope they don't also run Farewell, which would be kind of... I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of, but it definitely doesn't quite fit the Reanimator vibe. Okay. That's an Exiler. Maybe I didn't have to attack there.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Another Plaza. Okay. Kill it. Should have played this before combat, then Denick would have had Vigilance, then Denick would still be alive. What have I done? What have I done to my boy Denick? Why, Denick? Why? Alright. I guess we hold up Urtai. This is the bad part, though. They get to keep getting ahead with Bankbuster. And we're not very far ahead at all. Once they start just casting their spells into our stuff, we're going to get overpowered because they have more cards in hand left over than we do. Come on. Well, what are they going to do? Name Urtai again? I can pay 6. I mean, could blow it up. They get a Plains. I think we just make this play. I think we're just out of time. But yeah, definitely should have played. I forgot about this handing out Vigilance. Oh wait, it's only to zombies. Never mind. This won't give Denick Vigilance. Shut up. I don't know how my cards work. Don't worry about me, guys. This is fine. Get in there. Go ahead, crew the Bankbuster. No? Alright, so we can still blow up the Titan with Destroy Evil if we have it open, which probably important, or we could get the Junji down. And actually, if Junji dies... God, we're 1 mana away from Junji dying and that getting the Titan in response, which would be sick. Absolutely sick. All right, so we need to try to convince them to play around Destroy Evil for 1 more turn. And then if we draw land off the top, we do the Junji, destroy my own Junji, steal your Titan, and get back a zombie Junji. Oh yeah. Let's hope that we can make that happen. Oh, they're reaching. They're reaching. I think they're going for it now. But it still works if we find another way to get rid of Junji. Another way for Junji to die, because we're going to destroy Evil the Titan. Let's see what they choose. By the way, we're at 16. Maybe we can get to 13? They put 3 counters on that Titan. They must have a way to save it. They know about the Destroy Evil. Maybe they don't know about the way the shield counter works. Let's see if they can counter this. Nope. Okay. Weird that they put the counters on the Titan. I think they thought they could get around that with the shield counter. But there's a window there that you can respond with your removal spell. Oh, don't read Jaren. Just attack me for 4. Yes. I take it. I'm at frickin' teen. Urtai attacks. No blocks because it'll come back as a zombie and kill the Peacekeeper. Move to end step. Trigger. Pay. Hello. So if this dies, do I get back an Ormondal? Maybe I do. This is so cool. But the plan actually runs deeper, guys. The plan runs deeper. The opponent's going to play another Titan or an Invoke Justice, and I'm going to show you exactly what Ormondal can do.
Demon voice. I must commentate in demon voice when the corruptor is near.
They're looking at that graveyard. They're thinking about it. Invoke Justice, here it comes. All right, name your targets for your +1/+1 counters, opponent. How's it gonna be? There it is, 9/9, and abilities to choose. Probably a 4/4 and a shield? A 4/4 and a shield, you say? I sacrifice Urtai, resurrected in response, before the shield counter has arrived. I could have also countered the Invoke Justice. God, that would have been smarter. That would have been way better. I don't know why. I tunnel visioned on killing this thing, but I could have countered Invoke Justice. Whoa, hey! Lego my ego. That trigger's already on the stack. Ah! They knew. They knew. Wait, could they not pay the ward? Hold on. Did they just try to... Oh my god, read the card. They couldn't pay the ward. I can't believe Ormondal twice in one video after never doing it in a year. A year of this card being out. And we are back for the post-game wrap and a little bit of stats look at this cute small sample size and how the deck is doing. And our Legends Esper deck went 6-3 for a 66.6%
win rate.
Oh man, it's not quite October yet, but the spoopy is in the air. Anyway, on the play 4 times, 100% win rate on the play. Very expected. The deck is very much a great stuff on curve, a rate deck. And if you go first, all your stuff is a little better. On the draw, 40% win rate, 5 tries. That's really borderline. You want to be able to raise that somehow. I hope that the removal spells would do that, but honestly, we drew too many removal spells in some of the matchups that we lost, particularly against an Esper deck that ran multiple copies of Farewell, and against a blue-white control deck that ran multiple copies of Farewell. We were rather helpless. Our beautiful arrangement of creatures that have cool death triggers did absolutely nothing against those. But when you play against mono red, when you play against mono black, when you play against all forms of black adjacent like Grixis, and they don't run their exile effects, yeah, we absolutely tear them to pieces because our death effects are so powerful. So it's a good check on the format that isn't playing enough exile removal, and I think that's where the deck lives. That's exactly what you want it to be doing, and it is a bit of a whale deck with a ton of rares, but it's very fun to see all the legends kind of teaming up Avengers style in a way that Super Friends decks with a lot of Planeswalkers used to do, but I find this more rewarding because the battlefield just kind of builds and you're getting value while beating the opponent down, and it feels like there's a lot of variety in gameplay because you have these cards that do a lot of unique things and a lot of one-ofs, so you get kind of a different experience every game, and you might just Ormondal Urtai. It could happen. There's one of each, and we saw it in the last game, so that's very fun. So I do recommend this deck if you can afford it, and if not, I hope that you enjoyed watching it in action. It's a very cool deck to play and a very kind of fun deck to explore. So thank you for watching this video. You made it till the end. That is the best thing you can do to support me. I appreciate it. If you would like to support further, the join button gives you access to my stream VODs. We just did a stream yesterday where I worked on all manner of historic brawl decks for my CHB videos on Friday. It was very fun stream. And those VODs are for members, so you can hit join if you want to check that out for just $4.99 a month. You can also go into the link in the description and go to patreon.com/covertgoblue where we have other sweet benefits for supporting the channel. And thank you to all my patrons. Shout out out to all of you. It's been some of the largest growth I've ever seen on Patreon in the last like 2 months. So you guys are really digging the new benefits, and thank you. It means a lot. Now we're at the part of the video where I say the thing and then I'll see you tomorrow. And here's the thing. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video.
You're cool.